Mr. Johnson had troubles of his own. He had a yellow cat that wouldn't leave his home. Tried and he tried to give the cat away. He gave it to a man going far, far away. But the cat came back the very next day. He thought it was a goner, but it wouldn't stay away. The cat came back the very next day. Just couldn't stay away, away, away. Now the farmer on the corner said he'd shoot the cat on sight. He loaded up his shotgun full of nails and dynamite. A blast went off that was heard all over town. 97 pieces of the man were all they found. But that cat came back the very next day. They thought he was a goner, but he couldn't stay away. The cat came back the very next day. He just couldn't stay away, away, away. Well, he gave it to a man going way out west. He told him for to take it to the one he loved best. First the train hit a curve and then it jumped the rail. Not a soul was left alive to tell the gruesome tale. But that cat came back the very next day. He thought he was a goner, but he couldn't stay away. The cat came back the very next day. He just couldn't stay away, away. Well, he gave it to a man going up in a balloon. He told him for to take it to the man up in the moon. The balloon came down about 90 miles away. Where the man is today, I cannot say. But the cat came back the very next day. He thought it was a goner, but tried getting. Gave to the boy with the dollar note. Told him for to take it up the river in a boat. Tied a rope around its neck that must have weighed a pound. Now they dredged the river, for that boy was never found. Well, the feline returned the very next morn, sitting on his porch with a face of scorn. The cat, a tenacious creature, take heed, it survived defying every wicked deed. Well, they sneak into the shop when the butcher was not around. They dropped into the hopper where the meat was ground. The old cat disappeared with a blood-curdling shriek, and all that shop's hamburger tasted furry for a week. But that cat came back time and time again, defying all the odds it refused to ever bend. Old Mr. Johnson, he scratched his head. He couldn't understand why the cat wasn't dead. He threw it into a pit with snakes and fire. The cat came back unscathed and inspired. So, away across the ocean he would send the cat at last. The vessel out alone today, taking water fast. The people started praying as the boat began to toss. A great big gust of wind came by and every soul was lost. But that cat survived and he swam to shore with a determination that no one could ignore. He traveled the world from east to west. He always found a way to pass any test. Well, the cat arrived on an island, a place it's never been. The natives, they were wary, they thought it was a sin. They tried to catch the cat, but it was too fast and sly. They gave up in frustration and they bid the cat goodbye. He wandered through the jungle and he found a cozy nook. The cat decided he would stay and write a travel book. And though he's far from home, him, he's as happy as can be. The cat's adventures never end as long as he is free. Well, he's climbed the highest mountains and he's crossed the hottest deserts. He's braved the coldest winters and the stormiest of weathers. He's never given up and he never lost his way, for the cat knew that he had purpose every day. The cat came back, it was just as before. There's Mr. Johnson's house as it said in the lore. The man was spooked and he ran in fear. The cat stood on its porch and licked its rear. Well, now the cat's a true legend, a symbol of grit, a reminder that we should never ever quit. For if that little cat can survive so much, then surely we can all rise to such. Well, the very next day he was sitting on the porch, so Mr. Johnson grabbed a pitchfork and a torch. Decided this at last, he set this place ablaze, and then he hiked the forest for days and days. He came upon a cabin in the middle of the woods. He turned around, the yellow cat was right where he stood. Now that feline returned the very next morn. Mr. Johnson wished that he'd never been born. He tried and he tried to remove the cat from sight. The very next day he returned just in spite. Well, she hissed and she clawed and she pissed and she sprayed. To Mr. Johnson schemed and he planned and he prayed. He took her to the vet, said he'd end the cat at last. 2 quick injections and the darling cat had passed. But its ghost returned the very next night. It hissed and it howled and it gave him quite a fright. So its ghost came back to tell you all about it. Yes, its ghost came back, don't you ever doubt it. But its ghost came back just to bid him long goodbye. Well, that cat's ghostly form was not something to ignore. It haunted Mr. Johnson's dreams and left him quite unsure. He knew that he had made a great mistake. All the cat's return was no mere fake. He tried to run and hide, but the ghost was always there, watching from the shadows with his glowing eerie stare. Mr. Johnson couldn't take it anymore. He knew that he had to settle the score. So he built a monument to honor the cat's name, promised to never again play a cruel game. He learned that loving kindness are the keys to life, and all that hate and cruelty only lead to strife. Now that cat's ghostly form roams free, with no more fear or agony to see. It's a reminder of the hard lesson learned, and a symbol of a bridge always being burned. And the feline returned the very next morn, sitting on his porch with a face of scorn. The cat, a tenacious creature, take heed. It survived defying every wicked deed.